Welcome back, everyone. This is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Nightwing. This is going to be Nightwing from the Batman Knightfall storyline. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to now support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box. This side. The back, which I really like this art piece. The other side. Top. And bottom. Come on, camera. There you go. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. This is what the card looks like for Nightwing. The back of the card. Put the card back here. And it does come with accessories. It does come with a closed fist. And then a trigger hand left. I don't know what you want to call this trigger hand, but it's grappling gun, holding gun. I don't know what you want to call it. Hand, right hand. And a left, there you go, left open hand. And it does come with a regular puck stand. Now let's take a look at the articulation on this figure. So head, left, right, up, down. It does hit back here with the hair, but it's still pretty good though overall. Shoulder articulation. Bicep. Ooh, let me see if I can do this. There you go. Elbow. Wrist. Torso. Swivel. Then we'll do the leg articulation. Knees. Ankles. And last but not least, toes as well. So overall, the articulation actually on this figure is pretty good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself. Because, well, I'll talk about it in a bit in terms of the paint. So we're starting with the headpiece. And I gotta say, this headpiece, if my camera can pick it up, which is, there you go. The headpiece, it's a nice looking headpiece for Nightwing. He does have that nice long hair. Look at that. Back the very stylized hair. One, you got the, what do you call it? The mask right on his face right there. The painted white eyes. You know me, I'm a sucker for white eyes. So it looks good. And you get the painted lips. You get the painted cheeks on there. Nice little smirk on him, which looks pretty darn cool. And then you have the nice long black hair. Slick black, and it looks good. Of course, black hair with like a little bit of lines of, it looks like it's gonna be like greenish, like a dark green. So this headpiece, it looks good, man. It's a nice stylized hair and facial expression with Nightwing, and so far I'm really liking it. I do like this white eyes. I don't know, something about this white eyes, it just looks more menacing because you got that black outline around the white eyes. Usually with Nightwing, there's just plain white eyes, but I think having it black around the white, I think it really stands out. Then you have here the arm. You have the gold pattern right here. Then you got just your bicep and tricep. Very spandex looking, of course, Nightwing body. Then you have here the forearm. You got that gold. It wasn't really gold. It's like a faded matte gold type of thing. Then you have here the actual wrist is going to be like the light blue. And his right hand does have this, I don't know what you want to call this. I've not read the storyline for Knightfall, so I'm not too sure what this is. So bear with me on that. But this is not removable because I thought it was removable, but it's not. You can see on there, there's actually glued on. You can see the paint blue on there. So it's not removable, which is unfortunate, which I'm pretty sure I can, but I don't want to mess with it. And yeah, so this is the right side, and then you have the upper torso. More of that costume design in here, the gold on there is supposed to be, and of course the rest of the body is going to be spandex blue with spandex design. And when it comes to Nightwing, he's pretty much similar to a lot of the variants of Nightwing, which is very spandex like. And so the upper body on this figure, It looks good, man. It's a nice, classic-looking Nightwing, and I think it looks good. Now, what I mentioned regarding the paint, I like the paint. I do like the paint. I'm a sucker for this kind of design for Nightwing. I think it's a standard. It looks really cool. I like the hair, too. But I wish this was maybe like a collector's edition version, because you probably could have added a better quality of paint on the actual yellow part right here. Because this isn't really, like, it's a gold, but it's like a matte-ish kind of gold. And it looks fine. But, here, let me show you. Imagine this figure, right? Having this kind of gold, like the nice bright gold, like glossy gold, or pearl gold. I think that would have been a lot better, and I wouldn't mind paying extra $10 for this figure if it came with that pearl gold on there. I think it would have been standard a lot more, and it looks good as is. It just, I wish it was a bit more, but that's just me though. But overall, I gotta say, the upper body on this figure, it's a nice classic looking Nightwing, and I think it looks really, really good for the price for what you're paying for it. Hey man, it looks good. Like I said, very spandex Nightwing, so you can't say too much in terms of the actual sculpture design, because it's just a typical Nightwing, which is very muscle tone. But it looks good though overall, especially with the color palette. Let's take a look at the utility belt. The utility belt looks nice. This is definitely matte. There's not a lot of shine to it, and I do like how they are separated. You know me with utility belts. I do like how they're separated, so they are separated. Unfortunately, it's all the same types of design on the actual utility belt. Wish it was a different design, but at least it's separated though. Then you have here that logo on there in the front. And then, of course, the main thing we gotta find out. Does this version of Nightwing have the glutes? Because if you don't know, in the comics, Nightwing, he's known to having big glutes. And I have a picture to the right. You can see what I mean. And it comes to the comics and Nightwing glutes. So, let's see if he has glutes. No, he does not. He does not have glutes. Oof, which is unfortunate. Anyways, there's the back of the legs, the hamstrings. There's the back of the boot on there. You got the same kind of gold that's on here, present here. Then you got the light blue on the actual boot itself. There's a side view of it. Right, you got that gold. I do like the gold. The gold stands out. It's not really gold, but you get what I'm saying. Having the light blue, I think it looks really good on the boot. And here's the front of the legs. Similar to the upper body, the lower body is just going to be muscle tone spandex Nightwing. And so, it looks good though. The lower body, again, very simple, clean looking. It's more comic accurate, but it looks good though. So overall, I got to say, the figure looks good. I actually like the figure. I wanted a more classic looking Nightwing. Here he is, and I got to say, McFarlane did a really good job with it. The only thing I wish is that if this gold right here, this color, would have been that pearl gold, you know what I'm talking about? Like a nice glossy gold. I think that would have been a huge standout. And I don't mind paying extra $10, maybe a collector's edition of this one, just that better gold paint. But that's just me though. Apart from that though, I gotta say, it's a nice looking Nightwing figure. And I think this is a great addition to the DC Multiverse, and I'm really, really, really liking this figure. So, thank you McFarlane for this Knightfall version of Nightwing. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? So for the price for what you're paying for this particular figure, which is I believe is $22.99 now, it seems like that's going to be the normal price now of $23. So for $23, I would say, yeah, I think it's a good deal. It's not great, but I think for what you're getting, I think it's a good deal for it. You do get some hand accessories, so you can definitely pose them. He is very well articulated. I do like the paint. Even though I wish it was different kind of gold paint, I still like the paint. And so for what you're paying for $20, or 23 I should say, I think it's a good deal. Apart from the price though, what I think about this figure, as mentioned, the only thing I wish it was better is going to be that gold paint. It's not bad, it's just, when you see it, you're like, damn, if it had that glossy gold paint or that pearl gold paint, I think it would have stand out even more and probably would have been sold out by now and hard to get. But as is though, I like the figure. So overall, what do I give this figure? I give it a thumbs up. It's not great or amazing, I will admit. It's just good overall. It's one of those figures where, again, it's just good. Like, I don't hate it, but also don't love it. It's just a solid, good looking figure. And having this figure into the DC Multiverse is even great because now we have a Nightwing Knightfall. I'm hoping they make a repaint of this figure, Knightfall, because, man, I feel bad that people didn't get this one. So, McFarlane, if you're watching this, come on, redo this one again. People want this one. So, I'm going off tangent here, off topic, but once again, I give Knightfall Nightwing figure thumbs up for me. Solid figure. Here we have Nightwing next to Robin or Dick Grayson. This is going to be the gold label McFarlane online store exclusive figure. Which, man, this came out and it sold out like crazy. But then again, you did get a lot of value for your money. But anyways, just wanted to show you two different eras or versions of Dick Grayson. Introduction, and of course, I believe it's the 80s, right? 80s or 90s Nightwing? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 90s. Here we have Nightwing next to a modern Nightwing. I really like this Nightwing figure, and I think this is probably still the best Nightwing figure so far we've gotten. I know we've gotten like the Gotham Knights one, which I'm not a big fan of. It doesn't look bad, it's just, eh. Then we've got the Amazon exclusive one, which the headpiece is not the greatest. And then we have this one, which I think this is probably the best version. I know there's another Nightwing that's like a 2-pack Red Hood and I believe a Build-A-Figure figure. And then I'm not a really fan of that one, but regardless though, here we have modernized Nightwing next to, well, a more classic looking, comic accurate Nightwing. Here we have Batgirl. This is going to be Batgirl, the gold label, Target exclusive, Jokerized Batgirl. As some of you actually pointed out to me that actually this is like a reference to Batgirl from the Batman 66. I'll have an image to the left, you see what I mean. So I don't know who said it, but I know someone, one of my subscribers said it, and thank you for that, because I never really link this particular paint job to that Batman 66. It's a little nod, but anyways, Batgirl next to, of course, Nightwing. And I think this works very well. I mean, they're both bright colors. Obviously, this is a lot brighter because of that green and purple. And again, they have like a light blue and blue with the gold accent. It blends in. So, hey, there you go. Here we have the Walmart exclusive gold label. It's Azrael. I always forget the name. But anyways, this figure right here, the gold label one, and of course, Nightwing. They are both from the Knightfall storyline. Man, I wish McFarlane made more or did a repaint, because, man, this is a good looking figure. And I feel bad for those who missed out or just started collecting late, or they don't have a local Walmart, because this came out, it sold out like crazy. And I got completely lucky. I went to a local Walmart and they had one right there on the shelf. Granted, the box was damaged, but I got completely lucky. So, McFarlane, if you're watching this, please, maybe do a pre-order or something for this one, so that way I can order another one, but also let others who have not gotten this one to get one, because this is a good looking figure. And I went on a whole topic of talking about how good this one is, because it is really, really good. And now we have two Knightfall figures here standing next to each other. Nightwing with Azrael. I think that's his name, right? Azrael? Yeah, Azrael. Well, this character. Since we're talking about Batman Knightfall, you gotta talk about, of course, Batman from the Knightfall storyline. The design on here, and of course, Nightwing. These two look very, very well next to each other. The scaling is good. Paint job is good. And also having that bright gray and blue. These two look very, very well next to each other. So, here we go. We have Knightfall Batman next to Knightfall Nightwing. Boom. I'm waiting for Bane. So hopefully we get Bane. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Nightwing from the Knightfall storyline. And on to the next one.